getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Happy Monday. It is the Bottom Line, and it is a Victory Monday here on the Bottom Line. Texas Tech ends their season with an Independence Bowl game win over the California Golden Bears in Shreveport.
I thought they were the Cow Bears.
The Cow Bears.
Oh.
Cow Bears. Yeah, it's like a bear cat, but it's a cow bear. We have a special edition of the Bottom Line. Full house here behind the desk. I'm Clint Scott. Chris Snead in his normal spot, Ben Portman in his normal spot, but live in person, Kailey Snead. I'm back. What's up, guys? Oh, wait, do I need to go? Let me do this right. Ayo, Sneeders.
What's up?
I want you to know that I groan every time you do that. And it's because I love you, but it's also because, I love you. Just know that.
What? Wait.
A little daughter eye roll?
You don't like Noah and Cheetah?
What?
No. I also am not a fan of when y'all squint during the dailies because it's just uncomfortable silence.
Which is great. We can do it in person today. We can see you really grimace at it.
Where do you see Foreman up there when he probably jumps out of the room?
He's got like a 3-act play ready for us today.
I'm here.
We're all here. How was the weekend? How was travel for everybody? Any issues?
Uneventful, which is the way it is supposed to be. I did tell you the story about how I started on my way out of town in my own vehicle and almost got to Slayton before I realized that I actually had rented a vehicle to take on this trip.
Oh, is that why y'all had to go to the airport?
He turned right back around and had to go out to the airport and get my rental vehicle.
That's how that happened.
Yeah.
At least you realized that. You didn't get like all the way to Dallas. That would have been, or even even Abilene. How far out would it have been before you what's the mark of I'm not turning back? I'm just gonna have that rental not
I think
used.
Slayton would have probably been it. I was driving down 82nd Street. Luckily, I was still heading towards the general vicinity, the right direction for the airport. Mm-hmm. So I actually got turned around and went back.
Bowl game experience, how was it?
I had my fun before the game.
Uh-huh.
I got to eat some char-grilled oysters at Drago's. It's awesome.
Very nice.
I ate some something called chicken fish. Chico fish. Yeah. Which they described as chicken fingers and fish fingers.
Like mashed together?
No, it was two separate things.
Okay. I mean, you could do that. But
I was going to say, would you try it mashed? Separate. Would you try it mixed together?
Mixed together like chicken parts and fish parts put together? Chico fish?
That's kind of what a hot dog is, if you don't think about it, right?
I mean, what are they? You know what they said in, was it The Great Outdoors? You know what they say about the hot dog? Can't say it. Lips and boop, boop, beep.
I always love that saying, like, you just don't want to know how, like, the hot dog gets made. I do. I've watched the videos. It has not changed me.
You know what?
Maybe it's more about me.
If you ever watched the video on the Chicken McNugget,
oh yeah,
you will be out, all the way out.
Once again,
and Tyson, no more Dino Nuggies.
Oh, you got to do the what is it, like Purdue? And they talk about like, our chickens have a good life until we tell them it's done.
Yeah,
they look happy in the commercials.
Well, they're supposed to look happy. You don't put like a depressed cow in a beef commercial.
No.
You don't put like the pork who's like the pork. I'm not even gonna call them by their animal. I'm gonna call them what I want them to be. Who's there?
Depressed cow.
Depressed cow.
Oh my god. Sorry.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
I just took the knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting. There it is.
I didn't know if you were waiting for me to answer that. I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of tuned you out when you started bringing the dad joke out.
As soon as you said knock knock, it was just like empty. No response. Don't even look over.
Dead air.
Yeah. Ben, how was your weekend? How are you?
Still a little on edge after that Cowboys loss, but the Tech dub kind of
Did something happen yesterday?
nullified the pain.
I didn't get to listen to it.
I would say
I
something
was on a
happened.
plane for most of that game, so that was probably for the best. I saw one guy watching it in front of me, and I was like, I'm going to go back to sleep now.
I'm getting Week 5 Niner vibes with that game.
I-
Everybody played
Hey, they're
wrong.
kind of, they're kind of on that, go 4 games, get destroyed, go 3 games, get beat by Arizona, go 2 games or go 3 games and now it's when the Cowboys lose, man, they lose.
And where do they do it?
And it's music
It's
to
on the
your
road.
ears.
It's
on
on
the
the
road.
It's on the road to good to great teams.
Yeah.
Buffalo's not a great team, but they are a good team. They've been playing better of late. And again, this goes back into the story and the importance of the Cowboys needed home field advantage if they were going to do something in the playoffs. And like right now, there's a loss to go ahead and put you another spot back. The Eagles, they're in action tonight. This is their toughest game for the rest of their slate. It's at Seattle. I still think the Eagles go in and beat the Seahawks. You can hear that at 7 o'clock tonight, Double T 97.3.
I mean, who's the quarterback for the Sea Squawks?
It's Geno still, right?
When he's been hurt.
Is
that's
he
right.
though?
I honestly don't
Is
even know
he,
if he's
though?
back in tonight.
He's got a hamstring.
I
He
always
does
love
have
that.
a hamstring. We all have hamstrings.
Yeah, I always love
His is going, ow!
He's out with a shoulder. He's out with an elbow.
He's
Do we all
out,
have
man.
elbows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is
Well-
or does he have a groin?
He's out with a groin.
Is he groinal?
Yeah, you can hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Thoughts, comments, questions. We'll have a special early take versus take today. And then at that time, we'll have the Charlotte Bowl.
Daytime football. Charlotte Bowl?
The Charlotte Bowl.
Oh, no. That's so unfortunate sounding.
Mm.
Is
Yeah,
it
you
like
gotta
the
really
Charmin
pronounce.
boy? Is it the Charmin Charlotte Bowl?
We got this on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Groinal horse name. Yeah.
Hey,
a really
at
good
some
one.
point in time, I could have. There could be an epic Snead rant at some time today. I'm gonna call somebody out.
Okay.
Is it me?
No,
Oh, cool.
no.
Is it
Not
me?
you.
Hold up.
No, it's
I
not
have
you.
questions. There was a show you did a couple days ago where y'all were talking about giving up something, and you were saying, I would give up. You were like saying, I wouldn't give up my family, but then you dropped on something like, or maybe one of the daughters. And I was like, hold up. Which one? I don't remember what the context was, but I remember I deadpanned. I was like, hold up. Do you remember this?
There's a vague remembrance of.
We're getting.
But now that you're sitting here,
We got
I
that-
would definitely never give up one of you guys.
We just got that same like noise behind the eyes over there now, so it's been returned.
I think it was when you did take versus take, and you were asking like, you would have to give up your most prized possession if you were to have a championship come.
It was
to
a
Texas
guaranteed
Tech.
championship, but you have to give up your
championship.
most prized possession.
And then somebody
And
said PS4, Xbox, which
Yeah,
I
that was.
have that.
Wasn't it Kyler?
Kyler.
Kyler said,
Yeah,
"I'll
Kyler.
give up my PS4," and I was like, "Your PS4? That's it?"
And
I said, "No, my family. I would never give up my family."
and
Except
did you-
in this case where you said you would give up maybe one of the daughters.
I mean, maybe y'all could get in the octagon and fight it out.
Oh, okay.
ooh,
And I love y'all. And I
Three
never-
daughters
I was-
enter.
Two
One of
come out.
these.
Two comes out. One gets given up for a championship. No, I would never give up either of you, or all three of you got 3. So I would never give up any of you.
Hey, it is the bottom line. You can hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Let us know how your bowl weekend was. Let us know if you went to Shreveport, if you were at home, if you were a fan, whatever. Let us know about
Maybe
it
we're
on the
in Fort
Yates
Worth.
Flooring Center chat line.
Maybe
Yeah, or
came
if
to
you
Moody
went-
Gardens and saw me and you got a s'more from me. Let me know.
Yeah, hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line with all of that. We'll have some take versus take when we come back, and eventually, if you can't tell, we'll have a live in person Kailey's Dailies to round out the hour. More next.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Happy Monday. It is time for Take versus Take. We have co-sneeze in the house, Kailey and Chris. Father-daughter dynamic duo. We're very excited for a live in-person Kailey's Dailies. Now, Clint Scott, Ben Portman, we're here too. I had planned on doing questions to have you two compete again, but then Kailey told me she would like to keep her perfect 1-0 record intact, not put the belt on the line, and she really wanted to do questions.
Dad, what are you looking at?
Nothing. That's how I usually stare.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like David Putty from Seinfeld. Just stare off in the
This
distance.
is just my face.
This is just my face.
This is
But
just
yes.
what I do.
I
That's
brought
right.
questions. 'cause
Yeah, that's right.
I love to give questions out, and I'm curious to see who's going to give you the best answers today. So, let's do it. So, question number 1. With Christmas approaching, that means Santa is coming to visit. So, what is the best Christmas gift that Santa has ever brought you? Dad, I'm going to give the floor to you.
This is actually and the sad thing, this was not given to me by my family.
Because Santa brought it.
Santa brought it.
No, actually no. The one that Santa brought me?
Yes,
Or
the
did
best
just
Christmas
someone
gift that Santa brought to you.
Oh.
He left cookies and milk for Santa, and he left you a gift. Like
Oh.
Santa is supposed to.
Well, I mean, when I was see, I'm gonna date myself. When I was Santa brought me a really super cool Star Trek set. And the Star Trek, the Enterprise, you could it would fly around on this little circular thing, and you had a speed thing. And what I didn't realize is if you turn that thing all the way up to 10, the Enterprise would literally take off. The bad news is it wouldn't go back on the little thing anymore. But I got the little phaser, and it would shoot little discs at you, which were later recalled by the because they were a choking hazard. But it was kind of cool. It's the 70s, so you would get that thing, bing, 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 and I got a little walkie-talkie. You open it up, and it would go, kind of like they did on the show. Mm-hmm. And you'd be, Captain Kirk, beam me down, Scotty. Let me find the green lady so I can kiss her.
Nice.
It's really that phaser gun was really handy whenever the uncle fell asleep, right, with like the mouth open snoring, and you're just like, all right, see if we can. Speaking of choking hazard,
Yeah.
All right. We have Star Trek toys and memorabilia. Clint, you have the floor.
mine is almost akin to a Christmas story, except it wasn't a BB gun. I begged and begged and begged. I wanted a 22 rifle. Begged and begged and begged and begged and begged.
Your eye out.
And-
You'll shoot your eye out.
They were saying, and I asked this like early on because they knew that my Santa knew that he was going to bring it to me for Christmas. And so, for some reason, when I was asking my parents / writing Santa, Christmas wish lists in like the month of March, it was like, no. And finally, I get it on Christmas, and it was a lever action Henry, and I love it so much. I still have it, still in good condition, still go ping at stuff with it. Not in town. Be safe, kids, with your firearms. I was like, I just assumed at this point I had given up. I was like, it's never gonna happen. And when it did that was like the gift I got to open for our one Christmas Eve gift too. So
nice.
Santa was there a week early. And yeah, super memorable Christmas. Still have it. Great condition. Yeah. So that meant a lot to me.
Nice. All right. Good entrances. But I have to give the point to Clint because
I
of the
figured
nostalgia behind it and also the fact that he still has it.
When he said he still had it, I was like, I'm not gonna.
You don't have your Star Trek phaser.
I don't even know. I'm not even sure it made it to New Year's. Remember, I was probably 7 when I got that thing.
All right.
I can tell you about one that I actually didn't make it out of Christmas Day. I got a little remote control car that you were not supposed to drive over carpet.
Oh.
Drove it all over the carpet over the house. That thing was dead by lunchtime, man.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you drove it into the pool.
No.
That would have been way more hilarious.
All right, there's one thing we can't do. Don't drive it on carpet. And it's gone. All right, there it went.
All right. Question number 2. And I'm going to make this a little bit more specific because I want to make sure Clint has a fair advantage here. So,
Okay.
Fair advantage.
Fair advantage. I like
my
it.
question is, what is your most memorable Texas Tech sports moment? And I initially said all time, but I'm going to say in this millennium. So from 2000 to 2023. And the reason I'm asking that is because That's when I remember it, because I've been going to tech events since I was like an infant. I was told that
she
I
went
went
to
to
her
a men's
first
basketball game
lady,
the week after I was
went
born.
to a Lady Raiders basketball when
Lady
you were
Raider
1 week
basketball
old.
game. Yep. So
At the
I'm
Coliseum.
I'm saying from the 2000s era, because that's when I attended Texas Tech, and it's also when I kind of remember the most memorable moments. So I'm going to have Christopher go first again. So, Chris. Dad,
No, let Clint go first.
Okay, I'll let Clint go first.
Thank you.
Who's running this thing here, huh?
No one ever does. You assume that it's run by somebody normally. I think for me, like, this is it's the crab catch, and I can say this is someone who wasn't even down here yet, because as an outsider, yet to even be in any sort of inner Texas Tech workings, that's one of the best just college football moments ever. And you know, like I said, it didn't mean as much to me because I wasn't involved in the Red Raiders circle. But it's just a young college football fan, and like that was a thing. Like too, here's your unneeded background with it. Like I would like Leach and the offense on NCAA 14 on the video game and on all the college football games
on a PlayStation 2.
And this is well before 14, but just through all of the Texas Tech offenses, I was an early Red Raider entrant on the video game, and that was a big part of it too. This team that was passed all the time, but you go into this huge game, this huge moment, Harold a Crab, you take down Texas, you have the call. That's got to be the best moment.
That's a good one. I was in 6th grade when that happened, and quick backstory on that. I was in the suite with my mom, and I remember she was like, "Oh, Kailey, it looks like this game's not going to go very well, so why don't you grab your purse from the closet and we'll go." So I kid you not, I have my back turned to the game, and we're in the suite that's at the end zone where the catch happened. And I'm bending over to grab my purse, and all of a sudden, eruption. And I'm like, what just happened? And so the TV was on a delay, and I saw it, and I'm like, I think I may have just missed the best moment in sports in Texas Tech history. Yeah. So I was there. Could have seen it in person, but I had my back turned toward it because I was getting my purse, which probably my biggest regret in my 26 years of life. But you know what? We digress. Anyways, Padre, best moment.
Without question, as if anyone knows me, they know I'm a Texas Tech baseball fan, and without question, the catch that seals. Not that seals the win, but that preserves the 1-0. The Devin Conley catch.
Yeah.
That preserves and then the eventual 1-0 victory, the final out recorded. I mean, for a long suffering. I mean, as a Texas Tech baseball fan, that can literally remember when 3 people would be in attendance on. I mean, there are a lot of people who can say that I was at that game. I can look around and tell you who were at the games in the 88, 87, 80, 89. I can look around in the stands and tell you who was there because it was me and about 5 other people. And so the day that they qualified for Omaha, I mean, after the initial eruption, I sat down in my seat and I cried. And for me, it was without question the biggest moment for me. Texas Tech baseball qualifying for Omaha in 2014. Everything 2 1-0 games. Coming in as a 3 seed and hosting a super regional. Not even close. Not even close.
That is a good one. And another backstory on that. I was at that game, but I had to leave early because I was a young teenager working at United Supermarkets, and I told him I needed that off that day. So I stayed till about the 7th inning, I think, and I heard that catch on the radio, and I was like, wow, that just happened. And then I heard, as when they were broadcasting it over the grocery store, and I remember I had to go in the back
two
and
of the biggest
freak out.
Texas Tech moments you actually were in attendance for, but missed the biggest moment.
Yes. So maybe it's me.
That's unlucky.
Maybe it's me.
Tell us where you were in 2019 when Tech hit the winning shot to go to the Final Four.
Oh, yeah. I was also working.
But no, you weren't in attendance for that, though.
Where was I in 2019? I don't remember.
You were working, but you weren't in attendance. I wasn't. When Texas Tech hit the shot to go, I was on an airplane flying from Lubbock to North Carolina. Sorry, Atlanta. And I've erupted in first class.
I can't remember where I was during that shot. I think I might have been working.
So we'll come back. We'll see where that point goes to. We're going to really give you a lot of time to think about it in the break. For that point, we'll have one more to
There's
give
only
away.
one right answer, by the way.
We'll have a play of the day. We'll have Kailey's.
And a rant.
We'll have it all. We'll have
Wait,
a rant.
one more question. I
Yeah, one more question.
My third one.
It is the bottom line 100.7 the score. All that and more when we come back. Keep it right here.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It is the bottom line 100.7 the score and 107thescore.com. Clint Scott, Kailey Snead, Chris Snead, Ben Porman. We're all here hanging out with you. Take versus take. Still up for grabs. I have a 1-0 lead. We have given our answers. Who does the second point? Who's it awarded to?
I have to give it to Dad because I'm not going to lie. That was also one of my favorites. Even though I wasn't there for it,
You were there for part of it.
I was there for part of it, and Devin Conley was my favorite player on that roster. And also, like, there's a picture of that catch in the club at the ball field, and literally I have to like look at it for at least a minute before.
Notice how she drops the fact that she's in the stadium club at baseball
club.
and football. Notice how she drops that.
Just casually, just in passing.
I dropped that. I was in the stadium club at the Czech football game on the Crabtree.
I was in the club getting my Powerade and nachos. So I don't have to be down there with the common folk.
I'm sitting there standing in line with you, doing the steerage.
Well That's really well done.
But anyways, we are tied up. Now I ask my final question, which I'm most excited about. So we've done melee dailies. Melee with the dailies. Anyways, we've done many dailies. And one of these days I'm going to put it all into a spreadsheet to see what we've actually talked about. But today I ask, what has been your favorite daily and why? And it cannot be about pandas. It's very clear that y'all absorbed all of the information from the panda dailies, which is fantastic, but also...
What do we know about pandas?
I said
They
we
go to
couldn't
the
talk
bathroom.
about
I was
it.
going to use that as my answer.
Minutes.
Oh, man, I was going to use that as
So
my
do penguins,
answer.
though. Penguins like poop every like 8 minutes.
Oh,
Clint.
I sneeze up first. I'm sorry. I'll let you go.
No, you go. Go ahead. Go.
Oh, because you have to think about it.
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
I mean, clearly the slippery Dick Ras is my favorite.
What else do you know about it?
Well, he's slippery.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you and let you remember more about it because there's more that we talked about it with. So no, don't Google it. You have to remember.
I wasn't going to Google it. I was just going to go back to the old...
No, you can't look at it either. I said that this was one that y'all could cheat at, and that's why I'm trying to see if you actually remember what I talked about.
I mean, we've done it for like over a year. I have like a year of these things.
And I remember all of the things we've talked about.
That's because you're like a savant. I mean, come on. You're a zoological savant. You're like Encyclopedia Kailey. I mean, come on, man. You can't just ask me. I can barely remember the funny ones. I mean, I get funny ones, and I said, hey, it's a blue-footed booby. And I just work on trying to say it without laughing, because it is science. If I can't say it without laughing, what do we say, Clint?
It's a freak show around here.
It's not science. It's immature if we laugh.
Yeah, it's immature.
Anyways, Clint, your submission, please.
I have enjoyed two for the same reason.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I've enjoyed all of them, but two that are very memorable. Whenever we talked about the porpoise and the killer whale, because we talked about their need for fatty bladders and substances that. And then I believe it was the orca that we talked about being able to be like a kicker and use its tail and punt the seals in the air
for fun.
I think about that sometimes, and just like those poor seals that are just going by and not like just being punted
for food
into
and
the
fun.
air. Yeah, food and fun. Dinner and a show.
Orcas punting seals for food and fun. That is a great one. All right. Padre.
I told you.
No. Okay, so let's say it's the blue-footed booby. Do you remember why their feet are blue?
Because it's the diet they eat.
Yes, it's the diet they eat. You remember something.
I do that. I do.
You remembered something.
All right.
Most of these animals that have the funky colors because of their diet.
Yes, exactly. See, that's what I was trying to teach, though. Like, these things, they are
When
different.
I learned something, I learned something.
You got
It
like
can be taught.
wax on, wax off. Why am I doing this? And it comes to the moment, and now you've learned it.
Okay.
You're a great teacher, Kailey.
Oh, thanks. That feels good because I was a TA when I was in grad school, and there were times I was feeling like I was failing everybody because
You did fine. You did fine.
All right. Ooh, I need a moment to think about this. So while we're doing that, Clint, why don't you talk about the paintings that I brought while I mull over my answer?
Is this for now or is this for Kailey's dailies?
If you want to talk about it now, we can because I need to.
We'll do
I'll tell you what.
We'll
Let's jump into a play of the day, shall we?
You got Cup and Tharp on the right side. Everybody's on the short side of the field, but White is now in motion. The handoff goes to Brooks. Following the blocks on the right side. Gets a seam. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
Could have picked any play from that game, but just to celebrate the return of our beloved Tahj down.
Oh,
had to
that
choose
a
that
thing?
one.
yeah. I sound like the Taj Mahal get thrown out. I like the Taj down.
I like
Yeah.
Tahj money.
Taj money.
Tahj mission.
Money.
I mean, Taj time is the
Tahj time is a good one.
which I've seen both. I've seen Taj time and Brooks time. I don't know what's the favorite one. I know what my favorite one is. Go with the alliteration, right?
Yeah,
Taj time
Tahj time.
is, in my opinion,
Could I just
rolls
get
off
a-
the tongue.
I kind of like that we get that after he scores because it means we just scored.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, should we be upset with scoring? Does it matter at the manner it comes in? I mean,
Well, don't you know it's about winning with style now?
I know. I mean, because
That's a thing.
here's what happened. So I'm excited about the win. We won. We were 6-6, playing a 6-6 team in a bowl game. I'm excited. We won. What was the final score? 34-14.
34-14.
We won by 20 points in a bowl game. And somewhere out there, somebody still managed to have something to be mad about. As I read the message board yesterday, and I'm thinking, I can read the message board because we won the game, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the safe space, right?
Some ignorant moron actually posted, his thread starts with nine passes and one run. And I was like, interesting. And he says, dude, and it comes back to start the half. And I was like, is there a problem with that?
Mm-hmm.
10 plays, we ran 9 passes and 1 run. And I thought, didn't we score on the drive? I think we punted. Did we punt on that drive? The drive coming out of half? I can't remember.
I can't remember
But
either.
didn't we score more in that game?
Yeah.
I mean, and I thought, and this guy punted this, puts this out there, and then he's got a bunch of angry, upset faces.
And wasn't this the punt that was really good by McNamara, where
Yeah.
it ended up on it
Yeah.
still ended up
And then
being
you-
a really
and then you
good
pinned 'em
play.
deep. And then you got the ball back, and then you scored, and you got the ball back, and you scored again.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it was like, why are we upset? I mean,
Well, you missed the field goal on the third one, but
okay.
still, yeah.
But the reality is, you won a ball game. You were 6-6. You were stinking 6-6. You won a bowl game, and some idiot fan can still find something to be upset about in a game you won by 20.
Mm-hmm.
By 20. Where 3 weeks ago you weren't even going to a bowl game, and this moron. And I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm just gonna go. Hey, EDU Raider. You know, you had getting upset because we threw 9 passes on one drive. So what? You won the game by 20. Be happy about it, dude. It's okay. I know it's not your Madden game where you got your team all tricked up to the super varsity level and you're beating Alabama every game and you're saying, why can't we do it? I'm calling a great game. I mean, you get these guys out there that think they got it all figured out because they're sitting in the basement with a bag of Cheetos and they got the cheese dust all over their controllers while they're winning their Madden game. Man, put the controller down and go on a date, man. I mean, I'm just sick and tired of these guys. The number of people that are finding, they're inventing reasons to be upset about stuff after a 20-point victory in a bowl game. What a bowl game, dude. You're 6-6. If you won that game by 1, you take the trophy home and you celebrate it for a whole year. You moron. Figure it out. You don't even know how to be a fan right. Gosh almighty. And then he's gonna die on the hill and defend that stupid argument of his. Idiot. Gosh almighty. Where do we find these guys? I'm embarrassed that I went to the same school as this guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. And then this guy, I pointed, I said, dude, you're a beating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can't you just accept the wins? Yeah. Oh, I gotta take that from a referee. Well, I mean, yeah, you're gonna take it from a referee. A pretty darn good one, too. Watch me on TV. Maybe Google me. Gosh.
Baron Morton, by the way, your offensive MVP.
Huh?
By the way, Baron Morton, your offensive MVP.
The guy that threw 9 passes in 1 rush on that 1 drive? Yes. Offensive MVP.
And we still have a...
I mean, we're trying to fire, hey, I get it. You don't like Kailey? Fine. Hey, go be a fan of the Longhorns. He doesn't coach there. He coaches my team, coaches our team, the Red Raiders, Texas Tech. If you don't like it, get the hell out, man. We don't need you. Idiot.
With that, we still have take versus 10.
No. Hey, you know what? Hey, Mark Twain said it best. You never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference.
As a person who has been witness to many rants, that was a good one. But anyways,
I
will announce the winner. It is you, Padre, because I admit I am so proud of you that you're picking up on the vibes that I am sending with the dailies. So, congratulations.
All right, you guys have the final segment. I'm out of here. It is the bottom line. We do. I'm very. Yeah, nothing can bring me down today.
You know what?
Shout out to Creole the Penguin.
We like Creole the Penguin.
He's a good boy.
It is the bottom line, 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. That's right.
We won a bowl game this weekend, people. Do you know that? We won a bowl game.
And a beatdown.
Kind of kicked their tails, too.
And we scared Aussie away.
Quarters 2, 3, and 4. You got them. And you know what? Ending result, huge win. On The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It is the bottom line. You've got us on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Thank you for joining us here on a Victory Monday. We're live from the First United Bank studio. Clint Scott, Chris Snead, Ben Porman, and now with our live Kailey's Daily, Kailey Snead.
Caw.
Ooh, yeah. Just feel the silence, right?
Sorry.
Where is he at? There he is.
Oh, so that's what actually happened.
Yeah, he jumps in.
Okay, I dig that, Ben.
Oh, hang on.
I approve that.
Hang on. Clint.
Yes, sir.
Ben. Kailey.
Oh, thanks. I get to talk about my own thing.
All right, get it.
So, if y'all recall, a couple weeks ago, we talked about the spitting cobra. How it often spits to, deter prey. But anyways, I talked about how with the spitting cobra, it is not truly related to the king cobra, or more specifically, the king cobra is not closely related to cobra snakes in general. Okay. King cobra snakes are not true cobras. So we're going to talk more about that today.
Okay.
So let's do that. So we know that cobra snakes, they are the most venomous snake species, right? Venomous, not poisonous. Who remembers why poisonous and venomous are different?
Poisonous will kill you.
So will venomous.
Venomous gets injected.
Yes.
Poisonous gets on you.
No. Poisonous is consumed.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, so
learned.
We are talking about
science.
Venomous
Hang on.
snakes.
Boom. Educated.
So we're talking about venomous snakes.
Yes.
So cobra snakes are often found in countries such as Asia and Africa. They like those warm climates. They kind of are desert-like, but they're also tropical in that sense. King cobra snakes do share traits with cobra snakes. The most prominent one being that they have that hood that's around their head that's composed of ribs that they have for protection.
Which I forgot, which is
ribbed.
Strange.
Ribbed.
Did you just purr like a cat? I don't, I'm obviously not in the know on the cobra. I don't think they purr like a cat.
They don't.
Okay, educated. Yeah.
Anyways, so king cobras are in a different genus. as cobras. So they are in the same family. So like when I say genus and family, basically everything that is an animal is classified taxonomically. So basically it has like a higher order. So we are all animals, so we're in the kingdom Animalia. Yes, humans are animals. Don't come for me. That is literally what I've learned. But basically, venomous snakes are all in the same family. But after family, there's another
What do you say?
classification.
You could have said that like Brian Kidd, like from the same family.
Family.
Okay, sorry.
But anyways, they're in the same family, but cobra snakes and king cobra snakes are in a different genus. So that's the second to last one before you get to species.
Okay.
So they are different. It's not a huge difference, but it's different enough for it to be separated. So typical cobras are in the Naja genus, not genius. And then king cobras are in what's known as the Ophiophagous genus. And I think this is because their eyes are a little bit different. I think king cobras have smaller eyes while typical cobras have much larger. I would have to fact check that for sure. But just based on my observations of them.
Fact check me.
Don't fact check me. I fact check myself. But anyways, that is the main difference. They are in a different genus.
Okay.
So they do have physical differences as well. So king cobras, they're kings for a reason. They are the largest venomous snake in the world. So they can grow up to 20 feet. So they have a much larger presence than the typical cobra.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
But normal cobras, the typical cobras, they can grow anywhere between 2 to 10 feet, sometimes 15 feet, but the king cobra still has them made on that. The other difference is the venom toxicity. So king cobras, since they're larger, they have the ability to produce much stronger venom. So their venom can be lethal in as little as 30 minutes. While other cobras, it can take anywhere from like 2, 4, 6, 10 hours, something like that. So, no, you need to run away from both of them.
Run away.
Don't pick either of them up.
Don't pick either of them up, but at least if you have one of the non-king cobras, you got a fighting chance at least.
So I got a little longer than 30 minutes.
Yeah, with the other cobras. But
Hey, so yeah, finish up.
quit interrupting me.
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad.
But overall, king cobras, they do share a family with this, the other cobras. They just have a different genus. Like I said, it's a small difference, but it's a difference enough for if you were to look at them and say, you two aren't exactly related. It's like distant cousins, I think.
I don't want to be anywhere near them to find out.
Yeah, just anywhere in that family reunion, I'm okay. Just I'll miss that one. That's fine.
I'm good if they're like behind the glass over there. I said, oh, look, they're different.
If they're behind the glass, Ben is just done for.
Yeah.
Just saying. Sorry,
Sorry
dude.
about you.
Keep
Sorry.
that door locked.
Sorry
I don't
about
want
you,
him
dude.
out here.
Yeah.
Sorry. You got him,
Yeah,
Ben.
but you know what would protect you from king cobras?
A sword, fire,
Honey badgers.
guns, honey badgers.
Honey badger.
Because they don't
Honey
care.
badgers. They don't care. They also, remember how
Yeah.
they have those sharp
They-
claws to
yeah.
dig?
Yeah.
They typically will come up to them from behind and
Wow.
do their thing. And
That
they
and
will
mongooses.
claw, and mongooses too. Yep.
Yeah. So
I was going to talk about mongooses today, but I thought snakes would be more
Is
fun.
it bother anybody else that mongooses isn't mongoose?
mongooses.
I can say I
Why
haven't-
did
Are
we
mongoose
choose to do
mongoose? Are they mongoose mongoose?
I don't think so.
Are they
might be.
mongooses?
I think it's mongooses.
Why wouldn't they be mongoose?
that? Because we just choose to confuse everybody
Mongooses?
and do frustrating things with our language.
It could be. Could be.
So-
It should be mongoose, and
So-
their baby should be mongoslings. I'm just saying.
Not
There's an
Ryan
easy
Goslings?
thing we could have done.
Well.
You just
You
add it to the
remem-
mon.
You remembered another thing. The goslings.
We're
Baby geese.
see, we're the. Hey, speaking
I
of,
just like that y'all are actually remembering the stuff I talk about.
oh yeah, we're
No, we get the text line tells us all the time.
And also, yeah, just thank you to everybody that actually tells me that they like the dailies. There are times I do it and I'm like, nobody's gonna care about this because I feel like I didn't really do as much.
It's
as I
okay.
could.
Hey, we
So-
get lots of fans out there.
So
So
thank
speak-
you for everybody out there. Appreciate
Speaking
it.
of which, Mike on the chat line wanted to know
We're
about
gonna talk
these
about the
big
paintings?
pictures that we have
Yeah.
right here, which I'm very excited, especially about the one on
yeah.
the right here. If you're
Here.
watching on Fox 34 News Now or streaming on YouTube, I got the penguin painting
Victory
I want.
painting
So this is from
from
Creole.
Creole, the king penguin, and it is red and yellow because Chiefs,
Yes.
and it was also the easiest one that I could get my hands on. So, but I was also, and it's also, you can tell there's a difference in size, obviously, because Creole, he's a king penguin, and so they have much larger feet. They have much larger toes. They also are just much louder in general. So that is the red and yellow one. And this one that's over here in front of me, this is done by Marley, and she is a southern rock hopper. And if you're a TikTok fan, or really if you watch any sort of Facebook Reels or anything, you've probably seen a video of her. She loves to paint, and she's so just filled with personality. So you've probably seen her. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the. I think the guy from the message board texted in today.
Has he found you?
Yeah, I think he did. He told me to get over myself because I can't be as special as everyone else, or everyone else can be as special as you. Well, you're right.
Hey, by the way, speaking of the chat line, as always, I do want to offer the opportunity if anyone would like to have a daily entry.
Oh yes, if
you
love
love
those.
Yes.
You
love suggestions.
I love suggestions because I won't lie. Sometimes I'm like, have I talked about this already, or do I? Let's just say I am open to anything you want to hear about. So just let me know. There's still one in the back of my head that I feel like I haven't gotten to, and that's coming soon. So, and the owl off is coming.
That's what I was gonna get
I
to.
promise. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. We've had ACA inspections, and there was a flood, and there's been so many things in Galveston happening right now. So I promise it's coming.
Yeah.
I want to do y'all justice, and I want to make sure it's done right. And I don't want to just say, all right, elf owl versus great horned owl, go. I don't want to do that. I want it to be something that is actually going to be something y'all can participate in. So it's coming.
I don't know if I want to fight an owl. I don't know if I want to participate in that. I think I'd lose.
They do have.
Hey, can we address this here?
Go for it.
Hey, dude, if this is the worst hour of Lubbock radio, then why the hell are you listening? There's 9 other stations in this freaking building. Turn one of them on. If you don't like it when I'm on here, don't listen.
The epitome of rent-free.
Exactly. I mean, 3 of these guys, all they go, clownish as usual. Well, you were listening to me. I wasn't listening to you.
Kailey, as always, awesome to have you here. Appreciate your work and your efforts for us.
Well, thanks, Clint.
Yeah. Kaylee's Day is always great. And thank you for the painting from Creole. I'm very excited. This will be on my desk. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I've got a little Chiefs corner, so the red and yellow is going to go.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Thank you, young daughter. Love you.
Thanks, Parker.
Love you.
I hope I'm the one that makes it out of the
You will.
sister clash.
Yeah.
Shelby's the one I'm most worried about.
It's okay. Love y'all. See you tomorrow. Or will we?
We will.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Here on the Bottom Line, you've got us on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. As we're live from the First United Bank studio, you can call us on the Visual Edge IT hotline, 806-771-0973. If you call that number, Ben will give you his best Cobra defense tactics. You can also hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Thoughts, comments, questions, reactions. All that welcome there. Let us know if you're in Shreveport. Let us know your reactions to either game, bowl game, either... Texas Tech basketball's win over Vanderbilt. Cowboys loss. We'll take it all there on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Take us anywhere with the mobile app, brought to you by Happy State Bank. We're also streaming live on Fox 84 News now and on YouTube. Clint Scott, Ben Porman. That music means the one, the only Lil Crouton in the house.
Okay, so I'm going to take us off on a weird tangent just right off the bat.
Please.
You mentioned Cobra tactics.
Uh-huh.
Okay, when growing up as a kid, were you into the G.I. Joe versus Cobra thing at all?
That just missed me.
Okay.
But I was like aware of it. I could say Yo Joe, but it was it just that just missed my generation. I think.
That was like one of my things as a kid. I wasn't Spider-Man or whatever. It was
Power Rangers.
Yeah, none of that. It was G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And Cobra. And when they came out with a cartoon that you could watch on TV, man, I was all up in it. Okay. It was, and I had many of the men and buildings and vehicles and actually still have them all. And so that was like my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here to tell you that, and I still to this day think it's wrong. I was always rooting for Cobra.
Of course you were.
They had better uniforms.
He's like, these soldiers over here don't even match their shoes with.
G.I. Joe was wearing that ugly green. Okay, Cobra had sweet. I mean, all of his men, they had sweet outfits. They're all black, all white, all red. They had way better uniforms than the G.I. Joe guys.
These guys are so crisp and clean, and these guys have camouflage.
Their vehicles, whether it be Jeeps or tanks, whatever, they were all way cooler looking, black with red and white on them. And then you got green on the other side. I mean, why?
What color did Cobra? What was
Cobra was all black, if I remember correctly.
Do we not have any blue in there?
Man, they may have. I don't know.
I'm just saying that because you're very blue right now. So I'm about to call you Cobra Commander.
Yeah, no, I'm more like Papa Smurf. Yeah, so I've always kind of felt guilty about that because I know they weren't like wearing, if the G.I. Joe guys were wearing like American colors, then they weren't.
No.
If they were wearing rockin' red, white, and blue, I probably would have changed.
They're the Republic of trees and bushes because of the camouflage.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at that point, I didn't know that I would turn into the guy that was like all about red, white, and black. Okay, as a Red Raider, I had no clue.
Yeah.
Okay, at that point, but I can remember Cobra being all black, and he had guys that were all white uniforms, whatever you want to call it, and red ones. I mean, they were way cooler looking than the G.I. Joe guys. Way cooler.
I love that you said that. Like, I always kind of feel guilty about it because it's a cartoon show. No one, not one person died in that cartoon. Not a single soldier. In the Great G.I. Joe War, neither side had any casualties.
Yeah. Have you ever watched a movie that you were totally like, oh, I kind of like the bad guy better? That's kind of what I was with that cartoon.
I was always a huge fan of Sean Bradley's Alien in Space Jam. I always wanted him to dominate. Yeah. No, I'm trying to think if there was any bad guys that I pulled for.
Okay, so I'm going to take you another one.
Okay.
Real quick. Choice and I were talking about this morning. What movie do you know the most lines to?
Oh, it's Space Jam.
And I was going to say,
it is
Space
1,000.
Jam yours.
I have.
Yeah.
That was my, like, a lot of kids growing up had VHSs that they wore out. And there was some, like, that was like the adult in the room wanted a nap. They just put on that movie and they were like, all right, I can conk out for an hour and a half, however long it is. That was at least one of mine. Yeah. Like, I think at my parents' house, I don't think they have a VHS player anymore. I think that is something that's gotten lost through time. And just, we don't watch movies like that anymore. I still have it on DVD at my house. But still waiting to get you have the French and Spanish one, right?
Some Asian version.
Okay, I need to watch some Asian version.
Spanish and Asian. Yeah.
Spasian.
Spasian. I have 3 different versions.
They still have a handful of VHSs from when we were kids. There's a lot of Disney, like the 90s Disney movies, like The Lion King and stuff like that were really big. They still have that thing. And I'm pretty sure, like, the clasp part of the case doesn't even work. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
It's like a fish at this point. Yeah, that's probably mine.
So now I want you to guess which movie Choice said was his.
I would think A Christmas Vacation, because he quotes A Christmas Vacation a lot.
I think that was number 3 on his list.
Okay. Titanic.
No. It fits Choice really well.
Richie Rich.
Dumb and Dumber. That was about the reaction I had when he told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's yours?
I think it's The Wedding Singer.
That's a good one. Underappreciated Sandler film.
Who's underappreciating it?
Well, I mean, whenever you say Sandler films, the ones that are the leaders in the clubhouse typically are The Waterboy and Happy Gilmore. I would say like Big Daddy, things like that. The Wedding Singer is hysterical. His meltdown while singing is one of, like, when I think of hardest I've laughed at a scene watching it for the first time, instant tears of him just screaming into the microphone.
Yeah, put a bullet in my head.
And I would love for us to play that as a bumper, but we can't because there is some language in it. And it's not radio friendly. That's a fun game. Ben, what's yours?
As a child, I would say The Polar Express.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't want to be bamboozled. You don't want to be let down the primrose path.
Sounds like it's an adult as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
All right. What's now? What have you moved on to?
Now I would say
To me, it's got to be a movie that has a bunch of good, like, punchy lines. Right?
oh yeah. You know how many
and
times
Christmas
in-
Vacation, I think, would be another one that's high on my list because there's a bunch of great lines, right?
Yeah, because like you know how many times in my life when I have like stubbed my toe or something like that, and instead of like saying a curse word, I've saved myself by going like, "Well, that hurt." Like,
Yeah,
Cool
so
shoes.
Christmas Vacation.
I should use that with you. How have I not done that before? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I had a friend that I worked with at the moving company named Michael, and I would go, "It's Michael!" every single time. I was like, "It's Air Jordan!"
Yeah.
To the point he was ready to throw stuff at me.
Yeah. hmm Every time I hear somebody say "hanging on"
Hanging on, hanging on.
from Space Jam.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Oh, man.
every single time.
That's the fun way if you're going to take a dangerous turn where there's a bunch of traffic and you've been waiting for a while and you got to go, you have to go left and you make that jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes that, it's, Macy's not as enthused when I do that. Heavyweights is a great one too. I think that one's somewhere in mine. Oh man, lunch is canceled due to a lack of hustle is
I've never heard of it.
beautiful. Oh man, life changing. It's the bottom line 100.7 The Score.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.